level, it's because I gotta support C4 in this matchup.
Yes, sir. Now we're starting on board with Kaiser Ryan, one of C4's teammates. It's also his job to support C4 for tonight's match. Magic in a bit of a different way. He'll be doing it with the BR. He'll be doing it with a nice grenade too. He's looking to pick up a double. He's trying to play his life instead, although Senor able to pick him off before he makes it out with his life. Neither team able to pick up the ball just yet, although Twisted, eyeing that sniper rifle, may be able to give his team some time and space to do so. The way station got 1 second, but I'm not sure. Oh,
I love it.
Forget about 1 second. Twisted's got 1 headshot in his back pocket. He's gonna need a couple more if he wants to secure the overshield. He isn't quite able to get it. Gets a rehab down to 1 shot. The way station make it out with the ball and the overshield.
Now they say don't get it twisted, but maybe they mean don't give Twisted the sniper, because that headshot was looking very crispy. He's gonna try to line up another one here, rotating through big door, and he gets de-scoped there. Oh, almost hits that no scope on the player at bridge, but it's enough. He gets the body shot. There's the cleanup. None other than the amazing C4. Playing his life here, but the grenade is gonna do enough damage to force him to back off. Teammates covering. A nice cleanup there from eDivided as they cover for one another. There's one player lingering here on C-Plat, and Twisted, he dives after the oddball. He prevents the reset. And now he's kind of waiting for the approach. A good repulsor jump. The player's already down. He has a player here at cuts as well. They're gonna rotate. Watch out for this flank on the left side, on dummy ramp side. There's about to be a collision here at the elbow.
Nice shot. Twisted still got that sniper rifle in his back pocket, putting work. He's got 1 shot left. Is he able to make it count? Not entirely sure. However, the rest of eDivided certainly making their lives count. They have a bit of a power play, some 3-on-4 action going on. The only problem is the rest of Waystation is right behind them.
Okay.
Smoke opting to take some ball time. He wants to give his team the lead maybe. Ooh, Twisted. Nice little no scope. Nice little snapshot with the last shot of his sniper rifle, certainly making it count. Senor doesn't have a sniper rifle in his hands. He may be able to put some work with the green gun, though. It's a great effect. Almost as strong as a sniper rifle body shot. Maybe easier to hit, though. See that on full display there. Some of that tracking, some of that newly buffed tracking going to great effect there. Getting him a double kill and getting his team the C tower setup.
And Senor is the top slayer in the game, sitting at 6, and 2 of those were due to the plasma pistol efficiency, really mastering the use of that charged up shot. Not only effective against overshields, as demonstrated there. The Dom Show is trying to stay alive, holding on to the oddball, is down to 1 shot. Falling around behind, almost gets away, but oh no. Senor last alive, trying to get to that play ball, trying to reset.
Oh, he did it.
Right over the head of the eDivided player. What a clutch move.
No way. Maybe if I believe Spartans are like 7 feet, 8 feet tall on the lore. Yeah. Certainly wishing they were 9 feet right there. Just barely missing the catch that would have kept the ball in play. Now both teams off of a reset. They've got to try to create some space here. C4 doing it with ease with that heat wave. Takes out 1, 2 go down for Waystation. He's eyeing a 3rd to go down. Isn't quite able to get the long range play. Though eDivided were able to have the ball for just a second, although they play it off almost immediately. We're having some chaos between the 2 teams right now, Magic.
Yeah, the commando back in play. That's a rapid fire weapon and can do so much damage at anywhere from mid to close range. Here's C4 on the flank, cleans up 1 kill and an assist. eDivided are going to get control of this oddball, and excuse me, teams so far have opted to rotate to C, but with the overshield spawning in, oh no, they catch a bad grenade. eDivided going down. Waystation could come out with overshield, with oddball, with everything.
Overshield and the ball, certainly not a bad trade, especially because literally no one died. They went 4 for 0. They got the oddball. Someone finally falls. It's the Dom Show, but it's that overshield player. Does a good job to buy time for the rest. His Waystation team to set up, get some more crucial ball time. Although C4 is able to sneak behind enemy lines. Does get taken out. Huge play by Rehab there, not to panic and immediately throw the ball. To trust his teammates, able to net his team a couple more seconds. Although, yet again, another play to try to sneak around the back line finally works for eDivided, and Unfortunately, just as I mentioned, it's a great play, Magic. They end up getting burned for it.
I mean, it was a good play. You know, he dropped the oddball, he fought, he won the first fight. It's kind of a gamble play, right? High risk, high reward. If you win those fights, you get more time on the board, but if you lose them, you give over the oddball in prime defensive position, which is what you're seeing right now. eDivided are creeping up on that lead, just 20 seconds down because the play ball didn't come through. Instead, they were able to steal the oddball and steal the tower side.
Ooh, Dom Show, he's in hot pursuit of this ball, though. He spots smoke is taken. Is he able to take out his arrangement of bodyguards? Kaiser is the first of those bodyguards to fall. Smoke also goes down, although he is able to play the ball. They're not going to risk hoping that they are able to get a retake. They played off immediately that time. It seems they've learned their lesson.
See if they have fully learned their lesson and can come back here. Yes, C4, what a beautiful grenade. Looking at the double, oddball players one shot, dropping down to bottom C,
Oh,
but
no way.
look at the help here from Waystation. The assist does come through though. Great trading off from the Waystation player. I think we're gonna see a play ball coming through if Proficiency got his hands on that reset. He does throw it off the map before he gets taken down. But the fight now for Overshield,
Wow.
eDivided pops it at 1 HP and a dream, and now Kaiser, 2 kills on the board. They are cleaning house.
Huge play from Kaiser there, as you mentioned, grabbing the overshield with one shot remaining, and now eDivided. They were so close to losing this round, and now they may have Waystation on the back foot. Twisted back tower here. He spots one Waystation player trying to take him out. Spike grenades from Senor. It might just be enough. Twisted here trying to stay alive just long enough to take the lead. He may have to settle for a tie, though.
Deadlock, 93-93. The team that wins on this reset is taking
no,
round number
C4.
1 in Waystation. They're sneaking away with it. Rehabs is covering, and it's too little, too late. Waystation clutch up on the reset and steal that first round away.
Super back and forth right at the end there, although huge play by Waystation to clutch up, force eDivided to play that ball off and to stay 4 strong. That was huge. Not to give up any players. To convince eDivided to give up that ball certainly helped. We saw C4 there diving into the entire Waystation team trying to make a hero play because of it. So
Now
speaking of
another hero
plays,
play potential from C4. It does turn out with a trade. eDivided though have the numbers. We might see a A-side rotation back to house, but Overshield is where the attention is now. Proficiency is rushing through bottom mid and shaking things up. Now the kills are going to the side of Waystation. C4 cleans out the rats hiding in Rat Tunnel, but he turns around and there's 3 more players behind him. He needs some help. Teammates are coming through. Heatwave is trying to, you know, force a close quarters combat here, and somehow he does survive long enough to fight another fight.
ooh, just long enough, unfortunately gets taken out by Proficiency, and now Senor, he's got all sorts of loot on the table. He's got the sniper rifle, he's got that overshield powered in. Now Waystation, we've got our first A-side setup of our map 1 here. We'll see how both teams are able to respond. Obviously, A-side of the map, you can't go around playing the ball off the map when things get a little intense. The setup very calm for the moment, though. C4's got that green gun. He spotted that overshield player, Senor. He's just a little far out to be able to take him out, though. Proficiency down in the tunnel. He's able to take a trade. Now Kaiser's going to sneak into the setup. He spots Dom, the oddball player. Only problem is he spotted another. Ooh, maybe not a problem. He's able to take him out cleanly, and now Proficiency, he was out in Rat Tunnel, opts to play his life, and eDivided have now taken control of this A-side setup.
An amazing C4 was the player with the breaking kill there on that push. We didn't see it on the screen, but we saw it on the kill feed. I'm wondering if it was a green gun play. Battle rifle in the end was what secured the kill. Now Kaiser has Repulsor camping here for the overshield, gets the pickup, very, very proficient, very quick on that pickup. The play ball comes through. We're sitting at just a 6-point difference as Kaiser has a little bit of that overshield left to milk. A player dropping down from C, so it's overshield versus high ground, and no, Kaiser finds himself in a 1v2, coming out with 1 kill before taking down. 2 down on either side, and if I'm not mistaken, it looks like another player just joined. Unfortunate that the lobby was not locked down, so we'll see if they continue to play this out. But we do see that it's a 6-point lead here right now for Waystation.
Yeah, it seems eDivided may have tried to call in the cavalry, although it was a close game. I don't know if the
For
6th
someone
player
named
was
Stealth,
needed.
it was very not stealthy.
I mean, I guess is it fitting for someone named Stealth to sneak into this lobby when we wouldn't expect it?
I don't know. I don't know. It was a little too blatant, a little too obvious. Both have to play off of this respawn as if it was a fresh game.
Yeah, C4. Ooh, starting this fresh game off hot. Draws first blood. Teammate Kaiser Ryan, they're able to link up, he divided the first points of this restart. And yet again, it looks like eDivided playing onto A. It's gonna be a dangerous setup. As we've mentioned, Magic can't exactly play the ball out into the wild when you're on an A setup. C4, he's recognized this. Oh, and he's recognized the way station players in hot pursuit. Just barely sneaks out on the B.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. That was a spicy little maneuver. Let's go, amazing C4. He tosses the oddball over the half wall and then almost ninja-like jumps over the player. And then it was the heat wave in the back to get the kill. But yeah, I like it. It had a little bit of style to that play, as well as the effectiveness of getting the reset through. And right now, amazing C4 is the kill leader across the board, opening with 3. And a lot of that's due to the heat wave. Trying to stay alive here, milking his life. 2 rounds left in that heat wave, and he has the backs of Waystation yet again. Ooh. If he can connect on these shots, he cleans up 1 kill. 1 player left. He wants that sniper. He drops down. He picks it up. He's ready for another. Oh, not quite on the no scope. And now he needed enough time to get the reload. We got a little 1v1 action here.
My goodness, 1v1, but both players playing so patiently. Neither of them going all in for the other. It seems Rehab has tried to do so. Only problem is the eDivided cavalry has arrived. And arrived had they have. Holy cow. 3 go down for Waystation. For proficiency, that final player, he's trying to make a mess.
Oh!
eDivided setup. Picks up 2. Nearly got the cheeky repulse play. Wasn't quite able to do so. It seems eDivided yet again sneaking into this A setup. How are they going to be able to hold it? Certainly Twisted with the heat waves got some sort of an answer.
Well, Twisted, unfortunately, is taken down. Did a lot of damage with that heat wave, but it wasn't quite enough. Really respect proficiency with that double kill, nearly that cheeky repulsor, but playing that pillar so well, putting the pillar on his left-hand side so that he could focus down the right lane. But that ball is out here in no man's land, out in the open where everybody can get a shot at it. Proficiency gets the scoop, and Rehab's now trying to create some space. This is the answer back from Waystation. Again, they have that points advantage that carries over from before the reset, but it's not going to mean much if Rehabs goes down. He needs to milk his life. Great use of coverage right there to buy some more time.
Yeah, both teams inching ever so close. We saw Amazing C4 trying to break in through window. Now Smoke trying to make a mess. The Waystation setup. He's got that heat wave, it seems. Anytime a player's got a heat wave, a mess is being made. And Waystation go 4 down. They weren't able to play the ball. That is the risk you take when you take it A side. Twisted operating on some middle ground here on the B side setup. It's not as safe as C, but unlike A, you do have a nice opportunity to throw the ball off when the pressure arrives. And the pressure seems to have been felt by Twisted. Oh, he just barely gets the ball off. Nearly left it right on the edge there. Would not have been a good idea, as 3 fall for eDivided. Now Rehabs with that sniper, trying to make some space for his Waystation setup to crystallize. He's looking for these eDivided stragglers. Rehabs and Senor able to link up and take up 1. Elsewhere on the field, 3 go down for eDivided. Oh, that final player trying to sneak in. No snapshot comes through. He'll do it the old-fashioned way.
Wow.
Now Waystation on a bit of a roll here, and a team has finally got the C-side setup, Magic.
Yeah, and I think this is about, this is about to be GG's. If they just need to hit that 61-point mark, they are 3 seconds away. Domshow with the oddball drops to low ground, and that might just be it. They're ending the game there. Waystation off of the reset.
You can't rely on having 4 rockets on your back pocket. You need to have a sniper on your team who can cook. You don't want to let the enemy team onto your sniping ammo. You don't want to let them cook like that.
It also might give more priority to the overshield, right? Twisted going off the rip instead of competing for rockets goes for overshield instead. So it kind of gives a little bit more priority to that power up now that you're only up against, potentially 2 rockets. And there we go. Senor, he waits patiently, finds his target, locks in on that rocket. No chance for Amazing C4 to make a play off of that.
Ooh, Twisted. We mentioned the great snipers you want to have on your team now that the
look at the ammo count.
Rockets aren't
on the field. 11
field.
shots. He had both snipers.
Yeah, it seems Twisted has made it into the opposing team's ammo. Certainly not what you want to see of your way station. Though they do have the lead right now, but early on into this game. See what Twisted and the rest of eDivided are able to do. 9 shots. So much left in the chamber for Twisted. The Waystation stay racking up these kills.
Well, when I looked at it, he had 12 shots. He pops that reload, he fires off a couple, but definitely monopolizing the sniper. And we said that's also important, therefore taking him down. So important, all that sniper ammo. Now swapping sides, 4 go down for eDivided. Waystation can have their way. They have a 10-point lead off of the rip on this game and everything in their favor. Look at Twisted trapped in the back of the sniper tower. The collapse coming through. Heat wave in the hands of Senior. Proficiency just happy to get assists and hold down training.
Yeah, some textbook play for Waystation not to go all in, flip anyone out of some spawns. As you mentioned, the collapse coming through. eDivided still spawning back here. Waystation happy to farm these kills up to a strong 17-3 lead. They still got so much loot to play with. Can imagine one of the Waystation players has still got sniper rifle in their back pocket. Although Senior falling down could give eDivided a chance, maybe use that heat wave to good work. Proficiency, not trying to let that happen, although C4 stopping it before it gets too out of hand. Hopefully a chance for eDivided to stop the bleeding.
Well, stop the bleeding they have done, and I think it does come down to that takedown on Senior because he had the sniper tower locked down, and while he was there, eDivided was all spawning at the back of base or even over at Needler. But as soon as they took down Senior, they get some footing here, and you see Twisted is using that footing to push forward, and the timing perfect on this just as the next round of power-ups come through. So even though it was a bad start and they're still in a tough position, at least they're able to get out of spawn at this stage of the game.
Yeah, yet again, Twisted, when the rockets are coming up, he opts to go for that overshield. Only this time he's got the sniper rifle in his hands. Actually, he may have had it last time as well, but he's able to get a kill. Certainly better than being blown up by the rockets as was last time. He seems he's lived and learned, although Proficiency doesn't want to let that get out of hand. Now he's got the sniper rifle. Only 2 shots to play with, but sure they're going to go to work quickly. The first one doesn't fall. He's got one left. Ooh,
Oh, no.
bit of a sniper battle. Only problem is one of them's out of bullets. Proficiency gets out of there in a hurry.
You're not going to get the counter snipe when you have 0-0 on the sniper, unfortunately, but it looks like the shot was lined up, pulling the trigger, and then you just hear that unfortunate click that says that you got nothing left to work with. Twisted right now with the only sniper in play. 5 rounds, and even though eDivided, they are still down by 15, they're starting to kind of stabilize. You mentioned stop the bleeding. They seem like they have a little bit more map control. They have a chance to claw their way back in this, but it's quite a deficit to work back from, and it can be difficult on the mental aspect of the game as well. C4 using that drop wall to get a couple extra rounds off. It's not enough. He is taken down.
A long way to go, and in this sniper battle, I believe it's been Twisted versus Senior. Senior's been cooking. We see it in his hands. He's able to drop a teammate down to 1 shot. He's 10-3 with that thing. So certainly while Twisted's doing a good job of getting into the ammo count of Waystation, we saw that a little bit earlier. Senior cooking with what he's got. Nice shot onto the amazing C4 there to give Waystation such a commanding lead, nearly just a bit over double eDivided score. Oh, Senior eyeing another. Opts to finish it with the BR. He's got 2 shots. Snapshot not quite to be. Ooh, he wastes that last shot. They're gonna play, yeah, all BR now. Yep, he's trying to get that AR. I respect it. Let him cook.
Love the snipe plays there coming out from Senior, now sitting at 12-3, and fires off that last round in order to pick up a fresh assault rifle, getting ready for the next round of power-ups. Even though we saw a little bit of a comeback from eDivided, they find themselves in an even more difficult position, now down by 20. 37-17. Here's Twisted, no sniper in hand, but he does have a Needler. They're gonna try to contest for rockets, but do they know that there's a player from Waystation on the rockets?
No way.
Oh, he's gonna find out a little bit too late, and unfortunately, it's Dom Show coming in with the rocket show.
Yeah, a bit of a magic trick from Dom there, and he appears from thin air with the rockets in his hand, and not the kind of trick you want to see if you're eDivided.
So much cooler than pulling a rabbit out of a hat, though, honestly.
Well, maybe if you're not in the audience, but
Yeah, well, okay. In the Halo digital world, it's a cool trick. This game is starting to feel like it is winding down. Okay, 42 to 20, still a little bit of time, but I can just like the pace of the play. It's all one-sided. Waste Station continue to push the issue. eDivided continue to be trapped back in their base. Respect to Smoke getting a takedown. Proficiency now looking for a pick, but they can play as patient as they want right now. Really smart with just kind of poking, doing a little initial damage, waiting for an assist or even that kill to come through, and now denying that sniper pickup.
Yeah, yet again, Waste Station have got eDivided in this spawn chokehold. We saw it happen earlier in the game. Now Senor yet again with that sniper rifle. He knows someone's hiding behind that wall. He's just got to find him, and he does. What a shot. Nice little flick. Get Waste Station within 2.
Oh my gosh.
Senor gets Waste Station within 1 the old-fashioned way, and surely Senor's just going to start running at eDivided. He knows where they're spawning. Oh,
16 and 5 from Senor with 7 assists, 50 and 20.
Close to our top champion division. So we're at the level where teams are going to be able to execute spawn traps at a high level like we saw Waste Station do to a textbook degree on Empyrean.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, it's King of the Hill. You can't just play around the spawns. You've got to work on this objective. eDivided so far working on getting some kills on the board. I've already gotten 2.
When there's the camo in the hands of armor of a rehabs, flanking around a C-plat. Now, in my opinion, C-plat is the key for hill #1. If you lock down C-plat, you can lock down the hill. Rehab's dodging the plasma grenade, does a little 180 for the double kill. There's another player coming after him. Does he connect for a triple?
Oh,
What a
huge repulse.
repulsor use! Oh my goodness! Absolutely huge. Rehabs is still alive. Didn't get the triple, but instead preserves his own life.
Yeah, huge play from Rehab. Is there a nice little cheeky repulse? Not entirely sure how calculated it was to throw him in the hands of a teammate, but just saying get off me with that repulse, and was able to pay dividends, keep him alive as he's up to 3-0, and Waste Station looking good on this hill. The only question is for how long. Twisted staying for not too much longer with that green gun. Now eDivided have got the hill going in their favor. Senor trying to take control of that vital C-plat you mentioned, Magic. Twisted looking to clear out bottom control and does so. Right now it's 3-on-3.
Rehabs did on the side of Waste Station. It looks like Twisted is nearly mirroring that, right? On the side of eDivided, coming out with slays, staying alive, just being an all-out menace. And now over in Long Haul, green gun in hand, picks up a couple of fresh grenades, but Twisted re-engaged just a second too early. His shield had not fully regened before he got back into that fight.
Ooh, amazing C4. The final player in this fight. He's trying to hold it down. He takes out Waste Station. Does he know where Senor is hiding, though? He's got a shock rifle in his hands. He thinks he's in top control. He's guessed incorrectly. Senor making the move. C-plat able to burn amazing C4 with that shock rifle. Now the next players onto Waste Station. Certainly going to have some nice loot looking for them, or waiting for them if they can make it in time. Seems it may be amazing C4. Just made it back onto the hill.
Waste Station just need a pinky toe, right? To capture that hill. Like, that bar is all but full, and a lot of pressure now on Amazing C4 and the rest of eDivided because they need to monopolize this hill if they're going to steal it back. And right now, they are kill after kill going their favorite. Rehab's trying to clean up 1 kill. He gets him to 1 shot, and then no! The player rounds the corner. Wow. He gets another player down to 1 shot. Amazing C4 clutches up, and that hill was 98% captured by Waste Station before eDivided found their response.
Yeah, you love the know-how from C4. He goes down as the last player on eDivided, but off the respawn, he knows he's still got enough time to make that play. He's able to clear out some space, and him and his team are able to handle the rest, get themselves a 1-0 lead. Although off of Hill 2, it seems Waste Station have been able to clear out some space. Not quite that monopoly we've been going on about tonight so far, but got about 30% of this hill.
A good early chunk of time on the hill, proficiency rotating through, but I see 3 players from Waste Station low on shields, and now there's C4 leading the charge. We have Twisted at the top of glass. I think that was a shock rifle shot, if I'm not mistaken. You gotta watch out. And now Kaiser on the flank. Proficiency, how are you alive right now? Dodging grenades Matrix style and ducking into the corner. Finally is flushed out, but not before they captured that hill. All players from Waste Station just staying alive. Like there were multiple times they were down to one shot. They would just trade off. They would hide in a little corner. They'd come back at full shield. And that's the epitome of milking a hill for time.
Yeah, they said you want to see a Monopoly, watch this. I don't think eDivided make it onto the hill for a second there because of all that dodging, ducking, dipping, and diving from Waystation. Although eDivided trying to respond. Take down 3. Ooh, Rehab nearly popping the camo. It's now in the hands of Smoke is taken. The only problem is they might know you're there. Ooh, he's able to make it out in time, though.
The grenades got him weak, but he had enough cover to get back into the fight. And look at this hill, right? We saw Waystation monopolize hill number 2, and now arguably the easiest to defend hill there at the bottom of A. eDivided quickly rotated, and they just locked it down. That was the quickest hill I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, Waystation weren't able to get very close, as you mentioned. eDivided able to lock down that hill. It can be a little easy in bottom A, but eDivided, no textbook, not letting the easy hill get away from them. You love to see it. So now yet again, Waystation starting strong on this bottom pipes hill. Are we going to have another Monopoly on our hands, or are one of these teams going to be able to break the hold?
Well, doing the eye check, both teams are doing well in the assist count, but eDivided have a slight lead on the kill side of things. And Waystation, though, are kind of chipping into that lead. 2 kills going down, and they're just on the brink of this tying hill, if they can get it. They know where Smoke is. He's there at L2. He's crouching. He's hiding. Rehab says, yeah, not worth my time. You can ride it out there if you need to. The tie comes through, and now we're rotating back to Whirlpool side. This is a tough hill to defend. There's shots coming in from every side, but 3 go down for eDivided. Amazing C4 is the last alive. He has that disruptor pistol in hand. He's trying to shoot out the pad in the middle of the spawn to get some chain reaction damage from range. Don't know if the ticks of damage came through, but he's still staying alive.
Yeah, and so far we've seen 3 straight hills be scored uncontested. This hill's certainly not like the others, though. Certainly gonna be a bit more back and forth, although Rehab's, the rest of Waystation, not looking to make it easy on them. So Twisted's got the commando. He's got to make a move. He spots Rehab, able to get that shock rifle player off of the field. But meanwhile, Kaiser gets traded. Twisted able to pick up a trade. Oh wait, never mind. He didn't. He was a one-shot. And eDivided had to throw more resources to get these players out of A.
Wow.
They aren't able to do it.
No, eDivided made a nice push there, but it was just not organized enough. You know, every time they got a kill, they traded out with a death. And so Waystation, having that closer spawn, were able to take advantage of it. But now eDivided spawning back at A, this is their chance. This is a much more workable spawn. That wasn't a back smack? I thought for sure it was. He gets the kill, so it's all good. All ends well. 2 down on either side. Senior
nice
clutches up the hill. A nice double kill. We've seen it before. Grapple to safety. Instead, you just see the Spartan body ragdoll attached to the side of the pillar.
Yeah, warning for anyone approaching. A lot of chaos going on in this this 5th hill rather, and Waystation able to make it out a little bit more contested than the past 3 monopolized hills, as we've been going on about. And we're back onto this pit hill. We'll see how Waystation are going to respond. Are we going to see them seal this hill? It's already 2 go down for Waystation.
Really tight. I'm looking at the stats, and like really tight from team to team with the kills and the assists. Both teams are really putting their hearts out into this game. Like you said, this is a pride match. Neither team can make it to playoffs, but they want to see how they stack up on the end of the season leaderboard and get those reps in. So I love to see them fighting so hard for this game. C4 rotating through. He tries to duck in the back of stacks, but he seems to be shot from every direction. eDivided have a bit of high ground here, but Rehabs is the one on the hill to worry about. And seeing the players rotating from A, there might be 3 targets in front of him, but he has help from Proficiency. It's enough to get another kill.
Yeah, huge play by Rehabs there. He spots 3 eDivided players, able to sneak out with his life. Elsewhere on the field, huge play by Rehabs, letting the rest of his team cook, able to stay alive and get more vital team time that Waystation are going to need to close out this series, or close out this... Oh yeah, to close out this series.
Yeah, close out this hill and they close out the series if Waystation can take it. Senior did rotate to C-Plat, but then doubles back to Mangler and gets another kill. The killing spree. Senior is on a roll. Definitely a problem that eDivided need to deal with, but it seems like everything that eDivided is sending is falling just short. They can't get a kill on the board. They can't take this hill. And right now, it's looking desperate for eDivided. They'll have time for one last push.
My goodness, this push stopped at the source though, Magic. I believe right off of spawn. Waystation know where they're spawning. Put the pressure on immediately. And Waystation secure the sweep. Holy cow. Dominant fashion right at the end there from Waystation.